Further south at Cape Helles, the British troops met with mixed fortunes. At V and W beaches, the Turks had plenty of warning. V Beach was to provide one of the most enduring images of the campaign, as the steamer River Clyde, packed with 2,000 troops, was run aground in the face of the enemy's artillery and concentrated machine gun fire. As the ship ground ashore, hatches cut into her bows were opened and the troops poured out to confront a hail of machine gun fire. It was 6:30 a.m. as the troops dashed down the specially constructed gangways. Hundreds of casualties were sustained as the men were caught in the narrow field of fire. An aircraft flying overhead reported the sea ran red with blood 50 yards out from the shore. This unique photograph was taken from the River Clyde soon after the landing. It shows soldiers in the very thrall of battle. Many lie dead or wounded, unable to move, while units of the Munster, Dublin and Hampshire regiments can be seen taking shelter from the concentrated Turkish machine gun fire. 4 of their number are crawling towards the enemy barbed wire in an attempt to get off the beach. Many more remain trapped on the shoreline. These men would remain pinned down till nightfall when, under cover of darkness, they and the remaining troops on board the River Clyde were able to advance without further loss. W Beach had been heavily fortified. It was ringed with barbed wire and machine guns. The 1st Lancashire Fusiliers came ashore here. As they began to leave the cutters, their ranks were ripped apart by gunfire. Some of the soldiers who'd reached the shore were mystified when their mates remained motionless in the boats. They had been shot where they sat, the pressure of their bodies keeping them upright. Their gallantry in forcing their way ashore earned the regiment 6 VCs before breakfast. The Commander-in-Chief, Sir Ian Hamilton, was so moved by their sacrifice that he named W Beach Lancashire Landing. Only a few hundred yards to the east of V Beach at S Beach, the South Wales borderers had managed to dig themselves in. This would be one of the few successes of the day. Here, the casualties had been few, this thanks to the Navy. For once, its covering fire had been effective in dealing with the defenders. X Beach was no more than a strip of sand faced by rugged cliffs. Here, units of the 2nd Royal Fusiliers engaged the few Turkish defenders, quickly capturing the cliff top. When the Turks counterattacked, the border regiment who had just landed scaled the cliff and, together with the Fusiliers, drove the Turks back 600 yards with a furious bayonet charge. But the opportunity to break out and help the Lancashires, who were taking heavy casualties only a few hundred yards away, was not taken. But it was at Y Beach that some historians consider a real opportunity was missed. A force of 2,000 men were landed at this lightly guarded spot. The top was reached with little difficulty, but incredibly, neither of the commanding officers could agree who was senior and should be in command. The resulting fuss saw troops sitting on the cliff tops while the advantage slipped away.